Hi, Linda. Can you hear me? You have your sound off,
I
Linda.
was I was
Hi.
muted.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I wish
So
it was end of May already.
I know, oh God, I wish it would warm up, Linda. I'm bloody freezing cold.
Oh,
So you just jumped on. You decided very late that you were joining the tour because was it a daughter or somebody that was going?
my daughter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Valerie is my daughter.
yeah.
And
Wow.
yep, her birthday is the beginning of the month and she said she was going to celebrate it, so I'm like, I'm going.
Hold on, Valerie. Birthday. I'll try and get Adrian to get a cake for her and just do a little bit of a celebration.
Okay.
So, but don't say anything. We
I
won't say
promise.
anything. Yeah, we won't say anything about that. I'll just let him know. He's going to join me now in a few minutes. So, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm
Good.
doing okay. Just
Good.
patiently waiting and trying finding things to pack and figuring out how to pack so I only have a
Oh, I tell you what.
carry-on.
Now, I'll remind me if I don't say this. Remind me. I have videos online of how I would pack and how I suggest people pack, but
Okay.
I can do a new one because I'm going next week. I'm going home.
Yeah,
And
yay.
I'm packing my own stuff. Now, I bring a medium-sized case with me, but what I do, Linda, is I roll up everything,
Mhm.
and it is amazing how much you'll get into a case when
There
you
you go.
roll up stuff. Now,
Yeah.
the only thing is, I have sent videos out before to other groups, and it came back through the grapevine that there was a couple of women who were highly insulted and annoyed that I would do that, suggesting that they didn't know how to pack. So, what I'm going to do with the group now is, and what I'm doing from now, I was trying to be helpful, but you know yourself. So, what I'll do is, I'll ask the group here if they want me to send a video out. It's only a suggestion on how to pack, but I ask people to pack for about 5 to 6 days, use laundry services, and that means you don't have. The only thing I'm worried about is the luggage capacity on the bus.
Right.
It might say a bus for 27 people, but the luggage, there wouldn't be the same luggage. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm
You know
gonna
what I'm
bring a
saying? Kim is
carry-on.
here. Kim is here. Kim is in the house. And Christy
Yay.
is in the house.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Good.
And Kim.
All right, I'm here. Sorry,
Hi,
my
Kim. How are
camera was
you?
off. Good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Thanks very much.
Getting everything
I'm
ready.
cold. I'm cold, but I'm
Oh,
doing well.
it's actually warm here today. It's like
Where?
70 right now.
Don't say, come
It
on.
was
Don't be,
it was 25 yesterday.
she's rubbing it
Where
now.
are
Where are you?
Kansas City.
Oh,
Yeah.
no,
and where are you, Christy?
Virginia.
And where are you, Linda?
I'm in Toledo, Ohio.
Ohio.
Good. Oh, you're in Ohio. Well, I'm in Kentucky. I'm in northern Kentucky.
I saw your video about the song that you were singing, so
Oh, did you like it?
I did very much.
Well, when I came over to America first, I used to perform all the time. I didn't have the tour company, and it was actually through the performance. There's Tara's in the house. Hi, Tara. You're muted. But it was through performing. People used to come up and say to me, "Did you ever think about putting a group together and bringing them over and showing them all these places?" And I said, "No, I never thought of doing that." And they were saying, "Well, you should do it." And that's how the tour company started.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. Tracy. Tracy's here. Hi, Tracy. Tara's muted. I don't know where. Christy is here. Linda's here. Kim is here. Um, where are you, Tara? Oh, there you are. Let's see. Two people. They're all jumping in now. This is great. Christina. Ask to unmute. And there's Tom.
Hi there.
There's Ashley, Tom and Ashley,
And Michaela's here with me.
and Michaela.
Hey, Christy.
Hey, Christy. Hey, Ashley.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, guys.
Some of you know each other.
Yep.
Oh, brilliant. Tara, you're muted and I can't see either. Oh, there's Tracy. How are you, Tracy?
Hey, I'm
So where's
good.
Michaela? Oh, there's Michaela. Hi, Michaela. So do a lot of you know each other?
You.
Some
I don't
of us,
know
yeah.
anyone yet.
I'm the only one that doesn't know anyone. Well,
No, I don't either, except for Valerie.
okay. Well, I don't feel so bad now. So then, what do we see? Samsung SMG98. I don't know who that is, but you're muted.
It's a code word.
It is, yeah. We'll have to get some of the Indians to decode it. There was a certain Indian tribe that there's Adrian, your tour guide, your tour manager, is just joining us now. Adrian, you're muted.
Hey, there he is.
Yeah, there's Adrian. Adrian, there's a whole gang of women looking for you. And there's one man here so far.
Yeah, all right.
Oh gosh. Now I'll just tell you before we start at all, you have no I mean God only knows what can come out of my mouth. I'm Irish and Adrian is probably the same, so please forgive us if we kind of lose track of ourselves, as the saying goes. I'm still waiting for Aaron. So I am. So we'll have to see now. I might give him a text.
Am I still on mute?
No, you're not still on mute. I can hear you.
Oh,
Maybe
that's
we're
all
doing
right.
it
That's okay.
telepathically, Adrian. Maybe we're because we're both from the same place at home in Ireland. We're from Sligo.
There you go.
We're both
Oh, I
Sligonians.
saw that video too.
Oh, the video of Sligo
Mm-hmm.
or Adrian's video. I was telling you about Adrian's.
There was, yeah.
Yeah,
There was
Adrian,
a video.
yeah, Adrian has a great page on Facebook. If you ever wanted to follow him, it's tell them about it, Adrian, and I look for Aaron.
So I run my own Sligo Heritage and History page on Facebook. It's got 30,000 members on it. So I basically educate people online about folklore, ghost stories. I only recently moved back to Sligo and I've started to do TikTok videos. So it's just me walking around telling the stories of Sligo. And apparently now I'm super famous in the town. I can't go anywhere now. Everybody knows who I am.
There's kind of a muffling on your Kathy's coming in. Kind of a muffled sound on your thing, Adrian, whatever it is.
Yeah, how we doing now?
No, that's better. That's better. Hi, Kathy. You're
Get away,
welcome. I'm trying to get
get away from the phone.
Aaron. Aaron.
What time is it over there?
It's 7:04 where I am, but that might be different for other people.
Yeah, it's 6 here.
Okay,
We're
where are
only
you?
about 4 hours from each other, May.
We are. We'd be about that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not too
Ohio
far
is
away.
not that big.
No, actually, Ohio. You can put Ireland into Ohio nearly twice.
Oh,
Yeah. I've got these silly little kind of things that I know. You could put Ireland into Alaska 22 times.
oh
And
yeah.
you can put Ireland into Texas 8 times. Would you believe that? Hi, Kathy.
Yeah.
Hi.
I'm
I
just
can only
trying-
be here shortly. I'm supposed to be singing.
Oh, you told me that, but I'm recording this anyhow, and I'll be able to send it to the whole group. I'm just I'm just sending a thing to Aaron to see if he's available.
What is everybody looking forward to in Ireland?
All of it.
I'll say everything.
Yeah, all of it.
Sheep.
Well,
Yeah.
you'll find any amount of sheep. Oh, there's Aaron now.
We're already
Any
talking
amount
about
of them.
getting sweaters.
You'll
Yeah.
find any amount of them. Hello, Aaron. You're very welcome. I can't hear you either. You're muted.
Hello.
Hello. Now I'm going to. There's a few on. There's a good few on already, and there might be more to come. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people so far, and I know that there's some not coming, so I'm recording this. So that you probably all know Aaron, and I think Adrian has met Aaron through Zoom. Tara, we're not hearing you and we're not seeing you.
No, I'm still making my way home from work, so I'm driving.
All right, that's okay. That's no problem. And
Okay.
I don't know who owns Samsung SMG 90. You're muted as well, and I can't see you. Unless that is something totally different. Ask to unmute, I'll ask. Anyway, I think we can, you probably, most of you know each other. If you don't, you can have a look and say hello to everybody. And Adrian is your tour manager. Aaron is your ambassador. And I'm nobody at this point.
Oh, stop.
I mean, I think it's appropriate to kick things off with just like a sláinte because
Launcher, yes, exactly.
day
Well,
after St. Patrick's Day.
he's got his Guinness.
Actually, this Guinness pint glass, like I designed a little bit of Guinness Ireland Unseen graphic back there, but this pint glass goes back to I think 1998 or 99, the first time I went to Ireland. So I dusted this off and then poured a pint in it
Well,
to celebrate
enjoy it.
our adventure that's coming up.
Enjoy it.
Good.
But do you know what I'm going to do, guys? I just want to remind a few people, remind you of a few things, and just to have it fresh in your heads. And then, if you need to ask any questions, and if Aaron wants to say anything, if you need to ask Adrian anything, we can go like that. But I'll just run through a few things first, just to remind you of a few things. I know I've sent an awful lot of emails, and I'm sorry that I send emails, but I like to give people as much information as I possibly can. And you have it printed there if you wanted to print it out. And sometimes somebody will ask me a question in. Say that again? Did somebody say something? No? Well, you know, sometimes somebody will send me an email asking me about something, and I think, oh, I forgot to tell the group that, so I'll pop them an email. So anyhow, I'm going to, I've introduced Aaron and Adrian. Adrian will be your tour manager. He will look after everything for you. If you need anything done at all, or you have any complaints, you go to Adrian. He'll sort out whatever, or he'll do his best to sort out whatever is the problem, if you have a problem. Adrian is a historian. He's extremely knowledgeable about a lot of Ireland. He can fill you with all sorts of fantastic history, but not only that, myths and legends as well. I want to welcome you all, and I'm delighted that you're joining Aaron and you're going over to my country. And I'm wishing you all a great time. I cannot guarantee what the weather will be like, but I would say to you, plan on 4 seasons in the one day, just in case. You know, have your waterproof, your windproof jackets with you. Bring a scarf just in case, and a hat, and comfortable walking shoes, waterproof. Things to remember. If you're on medication, this is a very important thing. If you're on medication, please make sure you have enough to cover you for your trip, and make sure that you leave it in the bottle that it is prescribed in with all the information, because if you go through TSA, if it's not in the original bottle, they might not let you bring it with you. So it's very important to leave it in the original box or bottle that you get it in, because normally the doctor's name that prescribed it is on it, and that's what they're really looking for. And another thing I would say to you is bring all your meds on your carry-on and on the plane, because just in case baggage, if you're checking in baggage, just in case the baggage would go missing. Important medication might be in your baggage and you wouldn't have it. So bring it on your carry-on. If you are bringing a backpack through the airport, I would suggest that you hold it in front. I have had couples, one couple from England and another couple from, I can't remember where they were from, but they had backpacks and they had all their passports, their money, all of their important documentation in the backpack, and it was all stolen. And it was as they were leaving, they think as they were getting into a taxi, it was taken from them. And lucky enough, the gentleman of that couple had a credit card in his pocket. But other than that, everything was gone. So they had to spend the whole day cancelling everything. So make sure you can see where your important documentation. If you have a jacket that has an inside pocket, it's even better. Put everything into the inside pocket. And that saves you worrying about people coming up pickpocketing you. If anyone is coming in early and you're booked into Kettle's Hotel, right. Adrian and Aaron and Ronan, the bus driver, will be there the night before. And in the morning, Adrian will get a taxi and he'll go into the airport to meet people early. But the bus driver and Aaron will be taking anyone that's there. The bus driver, you'll be getting into the airport with the bus driver. Now, if you're staying anywhere other than Kettles, you have to make your own way to the airport, but be at Terminal 2 arrivals hall before 9 o'clock. And Adrian will be setting up the WhatsApp group maybe a week before the tour. And as soon as you arrive in Dublin Airport the morning of, make sure you go on the group WhatsApp and let him know that you've arrived. Anyone that has not given me any flight information, please post it to me, because I'll be giving that to Adrian and he'll be looking at that at the airport. Keep in contact with him on WhatsApp. It's important that you do that. Oh, there's Samsung. Hi, what's your first name?
Kelly.
Kelly. Yeah, because I could only see Samsung on it.
I was making my way home as well. So.
That's all right. No problem, Kelly. I'm recording this anyway, so I'll be able to send it. So,
I've been on the whole time, but thank you.
oh, you've heard me. Okay, brilliant. So you get from Kettles into the airport on the bus the morning of, if you're staying in Kettles. If you're not staying in Kettles and you've come in early, make your way to the airport to be there before 9 o'clock. Contact Adrian and he will tell you exactly where he is. Aaron will be on the bus with any of you that were in Kettles, and he will be with the bus driver as well. Adrian will pick you all up and bring you to the bus. It's a little bit of a walk, but the bus has a designated place to park at the airport and you just have to walk over and Adrian will bring you there. So that's that. What do we see? I have that covered. Oh, anybody that's coming in early. Now, Aaron, you might be able to help me with this. I'm not quite sure about Uber in Ireland now, but if you're going to Kettles or going anywhere else for that matter, and you need to get a taxi, you'll be coming into Arrivals Hall on Terminal 2. You're walking in, you'll see rails, you'll see people behind the rails. On your left-hand side, there's an elevator. You can go down one flight, and then the front doors are to your left and to your right. So you'll be able to go out the front door of the airport. So you'll be going down one level before you get out of the front door. When you get out of the front door, you look across the road, you'll see railings, but behind those railings, that's where you get your taxi. The only problem is you can't cross straight across because the railings are there. So you have to go to your left, you have to walk for a little bit in until the railings stop on the opposite side of the road. Then you can cross over and then you'll be walking back down again. And there's a taxi rank there and there's usually a queue for the taxis. But that's where you get the taxi. You can't walk straight across the road to them. Now, I don't know, and Aaron, you might know this, is there an Uber service around the airport?
Yes, I've gotten pickups from Uber out of the
Have you?
airport, but I don't remember specifically about where the pickups are. I mean, but I think that, you know, I'm someone that I travel a lot, but I also, figure things out as I need to figure them out. So I think that there'll probably be signage and just be up for a little adventure.
Adrian, do you know
Right.
anything about Uber?
I'm not really sure about Uber is as popular in Ireland as
Yeah.
It,
I
Free Now.
use Free Now.
Yeah, that's the one that we use
Free
in here.
Now
Yeah.
app is what you use to get their version of an
Yeah.
Uber.
yeah.
Okay.
They
Because
do have an Uber app that you can use, but it is different than how the US based Uber works. It's essentially instead of Uber cars, it's essentially using Uber to kind of subcontract a regular cab. So it is slightly different as far as the system goes. I have used it and it's been fine, but it's not inexpensive. But all kind of hired cars are going to be a little bit more on the expensive side.
yeah, yeah, I know that Roganstown, the one that the hotel that I usually use, um, it's about 8 minutes from the airport, and it's about €25 to €27, depending on what time of the day you travel. Now, when I was living in Ireland, there was no such thing as Uber, so I'm not very familiar with Uber in Ireland at all. Um, so now you'll be traveling during the days on the bus, and there'll be things you'll want to take photographs of. You might see some beautiful scenery or something. It will totally depend on the bus driver if it's safe to stop. And if you're not booked somewhere and you're not in a hurry, if the bus driver says it's okay, he will stop and let you out to take photographs. But if he deems it not safe, you won't be stopping. So I hope that's all right with you all. So if you have any problems at all, go to Adrian. Aaron is there to simply be beautiful and to entertain you and tell you stories and do spooky things. Um, there's
Well,
one.
and also just to let you guys know, like I think when May and I were putting this trip together, and many of you read the messaging, like the idea is to just kind of, yes, we want to have an adventure and cover a lot of ground, but also not rush ourselves and not feel like we're only seeing Ireland through a bus window. So, to that, and for me, it's very important when I travel and the experience I like to bring to other people is to feel like we walked away with like some memories instead of just photos on our camera roll that we may never look at again. So, to that end, uh, I'll be a party captain. I'm ready to go hang out. In the day, during the day, after we are back from whatever tour we're on at that night, check out some pubs, listen to some music,
Exactly.
that kind of
And,
thing.
and we've
So,
organised, myself and Adrian have organised some stuff definitely in Sligo. When you're in Galway, you will not be short of music in the pubs. But we've organised a great storyteller, and Adrian himself is very knowledgeable about Bram Stoker. And actually, Adrian, you can give a bit of a little short thing about Bram Stoker and his association with Sligo, where we're from.
Um, well, I don't want to give too much away, but
No, don't give too much
it's
away.
a, it's a great story. It's got to do. His mother was from Sligo, and when he was writing Dracula, his mother had went through uh, a really massive disaster in Sligo in 1832. I will be talking about that. But he asked his mother when he was researching for Dracula, would she sit down and write the full account of what she went through? And she wrote a 12-page document. And one of the locations is an abbey, and that's in Dracula. Then you had people who were crawling out of graves in Sligo. That's actually well documented. Also, the Rising Dead, Dracula. So there'll be a lot of similarities when I'm telling you the story about what his mother went through. And she was only 14 at the time, so the whole of her family lived in Sligo during this ideal. And what happened then was after afterwards she moved back, or she moved off to Dublin. But I'm not saying any
Yeah,
more than that now.
all right, okay. Um, and Aaron is very, very familiar with Dracula and Bram Stoker as well. But with regard to what Aaron said before, that's exactly why I set up Secret Ireland Tours, because I lived in a very small village in South Sligo, and 10 miles away from me there was a town called Boyle, Monasternabulia, and there's a Cistercian abbey there, the ruins of a Cistercian abbey, 12th century, beautiful ruins of this abbey. And I used to see these big buses coming and jump people, maybe 50 people would jump out of the bus and take photographs and then go back into the bus again. And I remember thinking, God, isn't that so stupid? Such a waste of money, you know? People would just get out, take photos. They had no real idea what they were taking. They weren't getting any history from a local. They weren't getting to walk in through the building and see the majesty of it inside. And they weren't getting any local history. And then when I moved over here to America, people would say, "Oh, yeah, I was in Ireland." And I'd say, "Where did you go? What did you see?" "Well, we went all over." But they couldn't name one place that they were, because they were all over, and they were maybe half an hour here, an hour there, and they were most of the time on the bus. And again, I remember thinking, isn't that the most awful waste of money? I'm facilitating you guys to experience Ireland. You'll walk in through places, you'll get to haunted places, you'll go to very historic places, you'll go to Neolithic sites, and you'll be able to walk there and feel it and experience it and have time to just soak it all in. And you'll have time to meet the locals in the pubs. You'll get a sense of the tradition and the culture. And when you go to the Aran Islands, you're going to hear the Irish language, because that's their first language. And the majority of them speak the Irish language. Now, some of them will they will speak to you in English. They're capable of speaking English, but just keep your ears out for the Irish language. And that's why I sent you that song on the Unseen Facebook, just so that you'd have a sense of what the Irish language sounds like. But when you hear them speaking, it's a very, very old language. It's not based on Latin. It's older than that. So I'm hoping that you'll enjoy. The Aran Islands will be just a free day. You can take a jaunting cart with a horse and cart around the island. You can go up to Dún You could go to some of the shops. They have the most amazing fresh fish restaurants on the Aran Islands. And you could hire a bike out, but you'll enjoy yourselves. And on the way back from the Aran Islands, you'll get to see the Cliffs of Moher from the ocean, which is spectacular as well. But there's one more thing. It's a little bit sensitive, and I don't mean to insult anybody, but I think it has to be said. We want everyone to have the most amazing, enjoyable trip going to Ireland, and we want you all to end up being the best of friends and contacting each other and keeping in communication when you leave and come back to the States. So I know things are kind of divided in this country. So I would ask everybody, you don't know who's sitting beside you and you don't know what their religious or their political beliefs are. I would respectfully ask you, please don't bring up any of those two subjects, because if there's disease between two people, it can fill the whole thing and it can make the atmosphere very uncomfortable. So I hope you don't mind me saying that, but it's just, just so that everybody has a great time and you have a laugh and you can, just enjoy the trip and not be worried about anything else. Aaron, do you want to take it over from me? Do you want to say anything, or have you any advice or anything to add?
Well, yeah, and thank you, May, and also thank you, Adrian, for weighing in. And I'm excited to hear about what Adrian has to say, because, it's the great thing about stories and research and everything is, it's such a collaborative experience that you may be like an expert on one thing, and then you encounter someone else, and then you open up a whole new chapter of information. And I love that, and I think that we'll be doing that a lot. Like I want hopefully all of you guys are going to be bringing your experiences and chatting and sharing everything about your backgrounds as well. And I kind of to that point, if anybody wants any, let's say, book recommendations or anything before we go, if you're someone that likes to read up on things beforehand, whether it's about Stoker, I'm looking at like, just because the probably obscene amount of research I've done on Stoker, like I've got a lot of books on that if you want recommendations on that. Obviously, May and Adrian know a lot about Ireland, but if you additionally want some good suggestions for folklore authors and people to recommend, I can send some along because I have quite a bit of those as well. But aside from that, yeah, like just from a travel perspective, if anybody has any questions or needs any tips or advice, don't hesitate to ask either now or on the Facebook group. I know I've traveled with a handful of you guys before, and we all kind of keep it pretty casual and have a good time. But yeah, no, I'm just happy to be here, and I'm happy that all of you guys are here. So, but yeah, does anybody have any questions
There's
or
one
anything?
more. There's one more thing I'd like to just let people know. Some of these haunted locations, some of these places that you're going to, they're actually homes of people as well. So when you're going in and you might be investigating, just beware of the fact that it might be a family home as well, and just be aware of that. Oh, and there's one more thing. If anyone has any travel sickness problems, let Adrian know, and he'll make sure that you get up to the top of the bus. And I'm bringing over a first aid kit, Adrian, for you. And it's dosed with anti-nausea meds and all that sort of stuff. So you'd be well supplied for stuff there if you need it. But if anyone has any travel problems at all, just let us know. But if you need to ask any questions now, either from Aaron, Adrian, or myself, now's your chance.
Obviously, we also have the Facebook group, so you can throw those questions out there as well. And if you have like, I don't know, your own tips from your own travels, you can throw them out there as well. And I mean, for instance, like I something that maybe you guys have all set, but I'm always looking for new kinds of gear and things to make my travel easier. So, for instance, like I've recently in the last like year or so, I started using a certain company for toiletries to carry like my toiletries with me, because it's ended up being like a space saver for me. So product kind of suggestions, things like that. If anybody has those, just throw it out there.
Well, the hotels in Ireland will have they usually have hair dryers, so you don't need to bring a hair dryer. If anyone
Well, I
wants
don't have that much hair to dry, but I was thinking more. I personally, even though I, you end up in all of the hotels we're going to be in are great hotels, but sometimes you just like to be using your own
stuff,
shampoo
yeah.
or soap, the things that you like. So I personally, I travel with stuff just because I'm like, I know I like my stuff. So
Yeah.
that kind of
Some
thing.
people are like that. They just like their own stuff. But like if you're thinking you need to get a hairdryer or whatever, you don't, and you don't need to have very fancy clothes either. Just you're there to relax and have a good time and just have a nice relaxed vacation. So you don't have to be worried about being too fancy. Even in the castles, you don't need to be. Fitzpatrick's Castle is it's a castle that I've used for years now, and they're very relaxed and they're great staff, and it's a beautiful place, and you don't need to be overly dressed. Jeans and a top is fine in Fitz, just in case you're wondering or you're worried. But I have Adrian. Do you have any questions for Adrian? Because I know that it's after 12 o'clock at night at home in Ireland, so I want to let him go as soon as he wants to go. Has anyone any questions for him?
I'll probably have a million of them by the time we're done.
Yeah,
Well,
this
And
is
I want
all
to hear
like
every single one of them.
and so you know what he looks like now, and we'll have the WhatsApp group set up, and you keep in contact with him. As soon as you arrive in the airport, if it's the morning of, just let him know I've arrived, we've landed, and I'm in baggage or I'm whatever, and he'll know that you're on your way. If you're delayed, well, he'll know from the information on the in the airport itself, because I'll have given him your flight details.
I do ask when we're doing our walking and everything, is it like a moderate level of?
It is just moderate, and you don't have to
Okay.
be rushing anywhere. There's no, as far as I can remember, there's no climbing. The only heavy walking you'll have to do is going up to Hell's Fire Club.
Okay.
But I will tell you, I got up there last September. Now, I had to have somebody link me up, but I got up there, and Chris Fleming got up there as
There
well.
you go.
So if I can do it in my condition, I think, but you can take it easy, and just, it's about a half a mile up. It's not up like that. It's kind of like that.
A
Have you been
slight
in,
climb.
have you been in Hell's Fire before, Aaron?
yeah, I have, and I would agree that it's not an intense walk, but it's a little bit of a
Okay. Yeah.
a gradual
Yeah.
and not too steep incline.
And
Right on.
if the weather is good, it's beautiful scenery from there. But Hell's
Okay.
Fire is one of the most notorious haunted places in Ireland, and it's actually it's very well known around the world for being really, it was one of these horrible places. But the scenery from it is fantastic. There's at the back of it, you'll see a mound, and it's actually a cairn. It's an underground passage tomb. And when they were building Hell's Fire Club, they used some of the stones from that tomb. And that is a no-no. It's a bad thing to do. You do not interfere with. And that's another thing I will ask you not to do. If you're going to be in some Neolithic tombs, don't take any stones or anything off the graves or the stone areas. Don't remove anything. It's not good luck. That's all I'll tell you now. We don't believe in removing anything from any of the Neolithic sites.
No. Thank you for the information.
So if you has anyone any other questions? Well, I'll tell you, Adrian, if you want to go to bed, you are.
I'm okay for the moment.
Ah, yeah, okay. Well, I think we've covered everything. Unless, Aaron, have you anything else to add to it?
No, I mean, I think as just a brief intro to everybody, this is good, and I know everybody probably wants to get on with their evenings anyhow, and I think this was a good interaction, and yeah, just keep the Facebook going. That's also until Adrian is going to set up that WhatsApp as I said, but other than that, like just as far as chit chat, tips, whatever, that Facebook group is a good resource.
Oh, there's just a few things I just want to tell you about, because you might not know. When you're asking, you might be ordering coffee at home. If you say coffee and cream, they probably won't know what you're talking about, because they'll probably bring you out a bowl of whipped cream. So if you say, can I have a jug of cream on the side? Because normally it'll be coffee and milk we'd have, so just in case, because you might end up with a whipped cream bowl. Now, it might not happen so much in Dublin, but it might happen in other places in the country. When you're asked about eggs, we don't use the phrase over easy or over hard. I had no idea what they were talking about when I moved over to America first. You'd either say hard or medium or soft. These are just a few things, and when you get to the red lights and you're turning to your right, in case you're wondering why the bus is not going, they do not go through red lights in Ireland at all. So there's some information for you. And then there's smoking areas outside the bars. You can't smoke in the bars, but all of the bars have these smoking areas outside. If you are a smoker and you want to go out and chat with some of the locals, it's actually a great place to socialize, is out in the smoking area. But they don't allow there's no bars in Ireland. No, you cannot smoke on a public bus or in a public transport at all. So that's just some of the rules and the laws. And our bus driver, the law of the land is he can only do mostly 8-hour days. He can only do in the week, he's supposed to only do 2 9-hour days. We don't have long days. I don't, Aaron, would you agree with me? It's not worth it to be on a bus all day and all evening.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. That's kind of the other thing. That's when we were chatting about organizing this trip. And for those of you that have done some of the other things I've worked on is, yeah, there's no point in going to another country and spending all day on a bus. But yeah, from a safety perspective, obviously, I think we all know this is kind of, seems pretty obvious, but he is the king. So what he says goes. But yeah, but I don't think we're gonna be the way we're planning all of this is like we'll have some longer kind of travel days as we're just kind of crossing mainly from like sort of the east to the west, but we're not going to be spending a ton of time on the bus.
No, I don't like to have people spending a lot of time on the bus. And when you get back in the evening, you've got time to relax, you've got time to have a meal, and then, you're fresh enough to maybe go out at night if you want, if you don't want to. And again, if it's a case that you're staying in a hotel for 2 or 3 days, and if there's a day that you just don't want to travel with the group, you're not obliged to be on the bus every day. If you decide you just want to take a day off, I don't want to travel today, and you just want to do your own thing, as long as we're not going to another hotel that night, you're not obliged to come. Am I right, Aaron? They don't have to
Uh,
join if they don't want to.
I think that the goal is that you guys are adults. So why treat you like children? So the I say if you're not feeling up for doing a thing, don't do that thing. But we also, as we said in the messaging, want to make time for you guys to, at the end of the night, to be able to walk around a place and see the place instead of just walking into a ticketed location or whatever.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's a good point. But I will be pretty much, ready to go pretty much every night to go hang out. So someone better be joining me. If not, I'll be making friends out and
I
about.
totally will join
anyhow.
you. We could go
Adrian is on first, Aaron.
I'll be definitely joining you.
Yeah.
Well, there was a time I would have as well. I would be the first one up in the morning and the last one to bed at night. I'm getting too old to be doing that now, so um, I'm leaving it to the younger ones. Adrian and Aaron will do it for me. So
I don't
I
know
wish.
about how young I am, but I guess I don't know. I enjoy a good pint. So
Yeah. How is the pint going down? Are you enjoying that pint?
it's nice,
Yeah,
It's
good.
the canned Guinness is not always it doesn't quite capture right out of the draft, but and also for those of you that have not been to Ireland before, it is it's almost like a cliche at this point, but it is true that the Guinness tastes better in Ireland. It's like, and honestly, just the closer you get to Dublin, the better it tastes. So if you like Guinness now, you're gonna enjoy it even more once you get
Uh,
out there.
I'm going home.
It's controversial. Wait
I'm
till you
going
come to
home
Sligo
next.
and you'll get the Guinness.
Yeah, I'm going to go home next week, and I'm going to be playing music in a pub where you guys are going for music, and I'm trying to organize that the storytelling will be held in the back of this pub. It's a really old, ancient, beautiful pub, but I'm going to see if I can get one of the lads to agree to bring you inside the bar and teach you how to pull a pint of Guinness. we'll see if I can pull that one off. If I can, you'll be doing it. If I can't, I'm sorry. But we'll do our best. Now, in the hotel that I usually use in Sligo, it's in South Sligo, and Teresa will bring people and she'll teach them how to pull a pint of Guinness. And people love doing it. But I haven't I haven't asked these lads before, but they're very good friends of my son's, so they might just agree to it. We'll see.
And on top of that, just as far as anybody that's coming in early or staying late, I would recommend it is the if you have the time and the interest, go check out the Guinness Storehouse,
Yeah.
St. James Gate. It's definitely like a touristy thing, but it's a thing that I love doing. And honestly, like something that's touristic, that it doesn't mean. No, I'm a person that I'm never too cool for anything. So I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So uh, if you have time, I would say do it. And I've been there many times and I still enjoy doing it. So
And they reckon that the pint of Guinness there is absolutely fantastic. With Guinness, it has to be stored properly at a proper temperature, and the lines going from the Guinness keg to the tap has to be clean on a regular basis. But it's good if it's a certain length. And then it all depends on the puller of the pint as well. There's pubs known for the guy behind the bar is a great pint puller. And that's why people go to some of these pubs, because the barman is brilliant at pulling the pint. Believe it or not, there's a technique to it. But Adrian can tell you all about that on the bus as well. And I'll see what I can do about getting you to learn how to pull a pint.
it is an art.
It is an art, yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
guys.
there's two secrets to a pint of Guinness, mate, that I've to tell everybody,
Yeah.
and you won't believe me when I tell you. And everybody it blows people's minds when I tell them. So looking forward to sharing that wee little
Yeah,
knowledge
you're
with you.
just leaving them waiting now, Adrian. That's the way to do it. What does he mean by that?
I have a friend from Venezuela, and I brought him out in Galway one night, and I was telling him one of the stories, and he thought I was actually pulling his leg, and I said, no, no. I said, you have to wait. And at the end of it, then he was like, "Holy shit, you were right."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
looking forward to it. There's
You would,
also one thing I want to say too is when you're in Sligo, there is a website that you can look up, and it's called John the Map.
oh
I'll put
yeah,
it on the group chat.
I know him well.
Yeah, and he every week he puts all the events in Sligo on every evening. So if there's anything that you want to do, as if it's Irish music, or it's a bit of jazz, or it's a bit of, there's always odd musicians playing in the town. It's constant, every day, every night.
Yeah.
So if there's any event whatsoever, something to get you out of the hotel, or just something to sit, and most of these events are free. So
Yeah.
just I'll send it in, have a look. It's the same artist playing every day, every week. So.
Yeah.
Give you an idea.
And when the musicians that I've organized for you, one of them is my son, the flute player. He plays flute, whistle, bouzouki, mandola. He's the guy with the glasses. And then the rest of the lads are, as I call them, my tribe. So I'll be playing with them when I go home, and I can't wait. And when you get up there, you can introduce yourself to him, and he'd be delighted to talk to you. All right.
Great.
So will we say good night?
Yeah.
Thank you so much, everybody, for joining. I know that, midweek and you've got stuff to do and you're probably exhausted from work and everything, and I'm sorry I'm not going with you. I would love to have, I originally thought I would, but things haven't worked out the way I had planned. But Adrian is top class. He's worked with me for a while, and I'm very confident that he will do a great job. And Aaron, this is our first time working together, but Aaron has travelled over to Ireland, and he's very familiar with a lot of the history of Ireland, and he loves Ireland. So you have a good man there as well.
And I'll just say, because I saw Kelly's message, and I'll address this a little bit more. We could chat more about on the Facebook thing, but Kelly asked about tipping, and in my experience, with the service is already included with the bill. However, I personally, I still drop a nice little additional tip. So let's say, it's really at your discretion. But yeah, I personally drop like another, euro or whatever, real if when I'm appreciative of someone, couple euros essentially. So, but that is really your discretion.
And you never tip a barman, but you can say to him, "Can I buy you a drink?"
I do tip barman though. I throw an extra euro when I buy my pints or whatever. But again, that's me.
Yeah.
And but
It's a lot of barmen, and it has been a long tradition. They kind of see it as an insult. I don't know why, but
funny, they always take the money though.
but if you ask them, would they like a drink, you can then give them whatever will cover the drink. But normally it used to be that you tipped a barman. Anyhow, maybe it's changed in Ireland now. God knows, so much has changed in Ireland since I left. And I would just once again remind you, be very careful of your items when you're going through the airport or when you're going through Dublin city itself. Be mindful of where your wallet is and where your phone is. And when you're walking at night, if you're walking at night in Dublin, I'd ask you to go out in groups just to be on the safe side.
Oh,
All right? Okay, guys.
May and
Thank you,
May and
everyone.
Aaron, real quick. My sister lived in England for a while, and she did tell me that tipping, depending on where you are, they do consider it an insult because they pay their people well enough. So I was thinking musicians, bus drivers, do you tip them?
Yeah,
And so, Aaron, it
yeah.
sounds like yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
you could do. Or if they have CDs for sale, you could buy a CD or something. Now, the other thing is the pub that we're going to, he's very, very good, and I know he's going to give me the back place for the storytelling. So he's given it to us free. He's not going to charge us for anything.
Oh,
But I
wow.
would ask you to buy a couple of drinks just to
Okay,
support the pub.
definitely.
Just to support the pub.
Definitely.
That's all I'd ask you to do. But Adrian will be there to bring you to that pub and to bring you to any other pub either if you want. But we have organised the music for one night and the storytelling for another night. And I think you're in Sligo 3 nights, are you? Yeah. So maybe one of the nights you could just go out to Shoot the Crows or somewhere, Adrian. That'd be a nice place to go. Or Thomas Connolly's.
Well, I'll have to bring you to Thomas Connolly's.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Aaron, I want to pint of Guinness with you and Thomas Connolly's, and you can tell me if it's a good Guinness or not.
Yeah, right.
My logo.
Deal. Deal.
Just a random bit of trivia. The pub that you're on about, May, where we'll be doing the storytelling.
Yeah.
Yeah, McGlynn's is actually the street where Charlotte Blake Thornley lived.
Yeah.
So Bram Stoker's mother.
Lived on that street.
She lived on that street.
So you can show them where she lived, Adrian.
Yeah, there's a plaque on the wall just before you get to McGlynn's, so I'll point that out.
Well, talking about Adrian's page. There's 30,000 followers now following his Facebook page, and he's done little clips, and he's walked around Sligo town. Now I have walked around Sligo town, and I've seen some stuff that he's pointed out, and it never crossed my mind what they were for, until Adrian came along with his videos, and like the iron things outside the doors where people cleared the muck from their feet in Victorian times, where there wasn't tarmac on the roads. And I used to notice them, and I never took any heed, wondered what it was. And Adrian's Facebook page, his video, I thought, oh my God, I've seen them so many times. And you just pass by things and you kind of just don't take any heed. So I've learned so much from his history. What's the name of the page again, Adrian?
Sligo Heritage and History Club.
So, and you're on TikTok. What's your TikTok? You've a lot.
It's just my own account. Yeah, I have too many accounts now. I can't keep up now.
Yeah, you've got a lot of followers on TikTok as well. But yeah, if you're
Yeah,
interested in history at all or little things like that, it's a great page to follow.
it's just a little bits of history that like people just don't they don't take for granted. You know,
Yeah.
it's just
You don't
something
look
that
at
you
things.
pass by. You don't look at them. You just walk past them, and to me they're the little nuggets.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
I think my wife is a wee bit pissed off at me because every time we're driving through a new village and I'll see something that nobody else would look at, and I'm like, "Oh my God!" And she's like, "Stop it! We're going to crash the car."
All right, guys. Will we say good night?
Okay, good
night.
night.
Thank you
night.
so
Forward to
much,
seeing
everybody,
you
for
all.
joining us.
Thank
Thank
you for having us.
You're very, very welcome. Anything else, any questions you have, feel free to email me or we do it on the Facebook page. And if
Okay.
I can answer it, I will. And if there's any concerns, let me know as well.
Absolutely. Thank you
All
so much.
All right, guys.
you.
God
Good
bless
night,
you
all.
all.
Good night.
Night,
Bye.
everyone.
Take care, guys.
See you
Night.
soon.
Yeah.